Hello, and happy Star Wars Day to those who celebrate. Happy May the 4th be with you, Jackson.
And with your spirit.
Thank you. I am your host, Braydon Leadbetter.
And I'm your co-host, Jackson Daleen.
And we're here. We're here, and we're alive and well to celebrate Star Wars Day, thankfully.
For now.
For now. We're nice and healthy and vaxxed up, but what have you been up to today? Have you had a busy day of celebrating Star Wars?
I've been at work all day. But it was Goodwill. A fun hobby I have at Goodwill is on the hunt for Star Wars things at Goodwill.
You just take occasional laps around the store and look for Star Wars things?
Well, so I have to walk the floor to make sure that it's clean. I got to make sure hangers are fixed and there's no clothes on the floor and stuff. And I will just keep it. And I do this anywhere I go. It's just will keep an eye out for, Star Wars things. It's funny, my girlfriend the other day, when I bought the Phantom Menace toys, she was like, "You're just manifesting it at this point." And I was like, "Yeah, but why not? I want it all.
Yeah.
I want everything." So, yeah, today I just would pop on my phone and see what was trending. It was obviously all Star Wars stuff, the little cute Twitter emojis that were today, and all the new art on Disney Plus. And I think the only thing Star Wars I saw today was there is a pair of women's small pajama bottoms that had Darth Vader on them. And that was it.
Did you pick them up?
No, obviously not. No,
oh, man.
But there was a really cool Empire Strikes Back tank top last week.
Oh, nice.
Obviously I wouldn't have fit into it, but I was like, it's kind of cool. It was the old 80s Japanese cover of it.
I think I've seen those.
It was cool.
I'm not really a tank guy anymore.
I'm obviously just not a tank person.
Yeah, I haven't been a tank guy since middle school. But
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Well, cool. I've been doing things today. Did you know that?
Are you?
Well, it is May 4th.
I love watching that realization on your face.
Of course, we watched The Bad Batch, and we just got through recording our review episode. So if you checked that out on Tuesday, thank you, because we were recording this in the past, so this will be released in the future. But I have also they did release a couple fun Star Warsy things on Disney Plus. So
yeah, they did. They're cool.
I don't know if you checked out the Star Wars biomes.
I haven't yet. Actually, I'm gonna do it after these.
Okay.
After record these,
you gotta check out Star Wars biomes because I didn't even it's literally just a camera going over a bunch of different Star Wars
that's
planets.
what I anticipated. Yeah,
but it is so interesting to watch because there's little Easter eggs here and there.
Really?
It's meant to just play in the background or something.
Right. They're like the Christmas fireplace TV stations, you know?
Kind of, but I wish it was longer. It's only 18 minutes and it cycles through all these planets. But
so there's the ship one too, and those are only 3 minutes. So
those are tours of ships. So so it's the Millennium Falcon and a First Order Star Destroyer. And the camera kind of goes up and around up close to the Millennium Falcon. You get to see all the little gadgets and stuff that
just
are
the guts of it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then it goes on the inside, and the camera goes around and basically gives you a little tour of the Millennium Falcon. It's so cool.
So what I thought it was going to be actually was the same idea as biomes, where it's kind of where
you're in a ship.
Yeah, and you're essentially in the cockpit, and it's just them flying.
It does show that a little bit, I think.
I kind of pictured it being it was just something you could throw on. It was you're in the cockpit of the Falcon and it's flying through hyperspace. That was all it was, you know?
Yeah, no, it's cool. I highly recommend watching it. And the First Order one is actually really cool too.
Yeah, I'll check them out.
So yeah, check those out. But
there's the Simpsons one too.
I did watch that.
It's only 3 minutes too, isn't it?
It's cute. It's just a little they do those Maggie shorts.
Right.
It's just something like that, and it's they do a Duel of the Fates thing where one of the other toddlers is Darth Maul, and they kind of
fun.
Go around and fight. It's really cute. And then what else I did today, Star Wars wise? I've been watching a bunch of Bad Batch content on YouTube, and then I am almost done with Skywalker Family at War. Almost done.
I read some more of it today, but
so we have the same idea.
Spoilers: Anakin is officially Darth Vader now.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you gotten into the OG trilogy?
I'm just about to. I'm on the final chapters of Anakin, and then I'm switching over.
Okay, it gets really interesting once you hit the Leia and Luke and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's about all I've been doing lately in the Star Wars realm. I got a couple new pieces of merchandise as well from Target. Target a couple days ago. I checked out the toy section. They had one 50th anniversary Lucasfilm Han Solo Hoth edition.
Whoa!
And there's also a Yoda concept art Funko Pop.
Whoa, that's cool.
There was a Yoda and a 3PO, and I didn't want to buy both, so I got the Yoda one because Yoda looks weird.
Is that with him and like the long hair?
He's got like the long hair. He's got like a weird like face with small eyes. It's kind of funny, but it's really interesting that like they made a Funko Pop of that. I don't know how rare those are or anything, but they're super cool
to have.
Yeah, it's super cool. And then I have a surprise piece of merchandise, aka a shirt, coming in here hopefully in the next couple days that I will reveal because I love it so much.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, I think that's about all the catching up I have to do. Before we get started into the news, I want to let you guys know that we do have another kind of show on this podcast feed. It's called Imperial Cantina, where every week we sit down and have some drinks with a guest and talk about Star Wars one movie at a time. And this coming Saturday, we'll be talking about The Rise of Skywalker. And it'll be our last kind of saga movie discussion. And then we just did Solo, a Star Wars story with Jordan Dennis from the Cinema Shakedown podcast. So please check that out if you're interested in hearing us talk about Solo, because we all love Solo. But let's kind of dive into the news here, Jackson. What is our first story?
So some more Obi-Wan Kenobi set photos have come out. These newer pictures are teasing the return of Ben Kenobi's hut, his little sand hut that he has. Yep. The sources also cite that they have been using the same stage on filming with 2 actors participating in a scene. Ewan McGregor talked a lot about his lightsaber training, and he teased actually a young Luke happening as well. He did an interview for The Hollywood Reporter, and in it he spoke about how they're essentially doing just tons and tons and tons and tons of combat training. Yeah. It's a lot of like the fighting and what needs to be done. And the quote, he says, for months we've been doing these monster 2.5-hour sessions of sword fights and hand-to-hand stuff. And then another quote with this is him talking about the volume, the soundstage that they used to film The Mandalorian.
Stagecraft technology.
The quote, they project the virtual backgrounds onto this massive LED screen. So if you're in a desert, you're standing in the middle of a desert. And if you're in the snow, you're surrounded by snow. And if you're in the cockpit of a starfighter, you're in space. It's going to feel so much more real
I think he's talking about comparing it to his experience on Star Wars beforehand, because he was just blue screens and
it was nothing but just weird sets and padding
sound
everywhere and all that.
And,
and then when he was asked if Luke Skywalker will show up, Ewan only grinned and said, "That's very possible. I don't know."
That's a yes.
That's a hard yes. I think my biggest question is how much will Luke be in it?
I don't know. I think we'll probably, like I've said before, it has to be about him trying to protect Luke in some way, because that is basically his main mission for even being on Tatooine, is to protect Luke and to look over Luke. So, I think we will see Luke. I think we'll see a young Luke. I hope they cast a kid that at least somewhat resembles Mark Hamill in a little bit of a way.
Baby boy Luke.
Yeah, because he'll be like a 10-year-old kid or something.
Baby boy Luke. That'll be cute.
Yeah. But, I think this whole show in general, it's got to be, somehow in some way Luke is potentially in danger, or but I think there are ways to go about it to where it doesn't have to be all just about that.
Right.
But it's just, it would feel so weird to me if they just use this show for like some side mission that Obi-Wan goes on and fights Vader and stuff. Even though we know they're going to fight, I think it needs to be over something with high stakes.
Bigger. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue what they're going to do with this.
What do you think about the Ben Kenobi hut that they?
I'm just not surprised at all. That's just.
I'm just glad. I'm glad they built the hut this time.
Yeah, right. That they actually have it. And yeah, they're using it.
Yeah, I hope they. I hope he has like the little Alec Guinness like wool robe thing that he has with like the sash and kind of tinkling.
Oh yeah,
tinkling on Luke's lightsaber. No, like tinkering with Luke's lightsaber, or
yeah. I'm really excited about like the production design of like what little like hidden little Easter eggs are they gonna hide just in the set itself.
I wonder if they're gonna show him constructing the hut. Or did he buy it off of like a...
Did you ever play Red Dead Redemption 2? Did you ever play the story to it?
I've played like the first hour of the story.
Oh my God. All right. Then you won't get this, but there's a house building montage in it. And that's just what I picture whenever it's Obi-Wan building it.
Wait, isn't there a song that goes to that too?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I hope they have that. That would be great. But yeah, like I said, I was hoping today they would drop some kind of Kenobi. Just give us a set photograph of him in costume. At least give us something like that.
It's just a picture of Hayden Christensen running from security guards in the Darth Vader costume.
Well, I was more talking about Kenobi, but
it's just this really like cryptic like picture of him, and it's Kenobi, like
a
2022
paparazzi photo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised. I've been like refreshing all of my pages, and I'm just waiting for some huge news to drop while we're recording, and we totally miss it and don't talk about it next week. So give everyone, if there was some huge news that dropped after like 8 p.m. on May 4th, you're going to hear about it next week from us because we totally missed it because we were busy recording. But let's kind of move on to our next story here. So this is a rumor. This is a big fat rumor alert because it's not official. But there might be a Mandalorian video game in development. Now, according to Gaming Industry Insider and the co-founder and host of the Xbox Era podcast, Nick Baker, quickly claimed a Mandalorian game is in development at Microsoft, but he later deleted the tweet because he hadn't received the go-ahead from his source. Now, his tweet says... I think this was tweeted out after the fact, but he said, okay, so a little bit of a whoopsie. Yeah, there's going to be a Mando game, but that's apparently not a Mando Funko. And to fill you in, there was like a close-up screenshot of like someone talking, and there was a Mando Funko in the background. I might have just said something that I wasn't supposed to yet, hoping I didn't just burn my source. Got some apologizing to do. So basically, this guy from the the Xbox Era podcast somehow had a source that said that there would be a Mandalorian video game in development. Now that could even just be they're making a fun little app,
right?
What is the app right now? Like the
Galaxy of
Heroes, like something like that for Mandalorian. It could be something like that, or it could be a Jedi Fallen Order version of Mandalorian. Who knows?
I also have a theory that it could be the Ubisoft game.
Oh, the open world?
Yeah. If not a Mandalorian game.
Well, maybe, I remember, I think it was the first episode of this show. We talked about what if it was, the Mandalorian.
Like a bounty hunter game.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that too with like Ubisoft making it. Like I'm thinking it in the sense of how an Assassin's Creed game is played. And a lot of those games are very much in order to explore your world, you have to like take out the like bad guy controlling sections. And that just makes so much sense with like the Empire. Yeah. Like you got to take out Empire controlled areas. Which leads me to believe that it could be a Mandalorian style game because essentially it's like, clear out like these like last remaining Empire posts to like finally liberate it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Or give me like a little story mode kind of campaign.
Well, I also know that the people who, or at least one of the head creative directors from the God of War games, the God of War games, the remake PS continuation remake, whatever that they are. He wanted to make a Mandalorian game.
Interesting.
So I wonder if they gave him the okay with that, because I bet you everyone would have been like, hell yeah, like that sounds rad, like a beat 'em up story campaign, you know, Mando game.
Yeah, running around as like Din Djarin and
that'd be killer. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, or like an Elder Scrolls where you like take quests from people and hey Mando, go kill this guy for me. Like he's doing all these bounties and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be different.
What do we got next?
Up next, the Ahsoka Tano premium format figure announced by Sideshow. D23 has announced a new Ahsoka Tano super toy from Sideshow, which is essentially the counter company to Hot Toys. But Hot Toys did the deluxe Boba Fett. This is essentially Sideshow's response. They made a deluxe Ahsoka Tano. The quote: "The Polystone Ahsoka Tano premium format figure is fully sculpted to capture the energy and action of her animated presence in a 3-dimensional statue format. Ahsoka's vibrant orange portrait bears her distinct white facial markings, and her face is framed by her white and blue patterned montrals and Leiku. Her costume features a blue-gray bodysuit and sculpture skirts, belts, guards, and detained tan tassets at her hips. In her hands, her unique white-bladed sabers are unsheathed in anticipation of a fatal duel."
Fateful duel.
Fateful duel.
Not to be confused with fatal.
Fateful. Whoa, sorry. Fateful. Fateful duel. I've seen some of the pictures of this. It's very, very cool. She's in like that cool fighting stance, and it's very detailed. I love just the work that they do
to ignite the sabers.
Yeah, right. Have them light up. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I again, like I say every time we have toy news, I'm not a huge spend $200 on a collectible kind of guy.
I mean, no one is, but like I'm still gonna do it.
There's some people who have every Hot Toy, every Sideshow collectible Star Wars figure. There's people out there. I'm sure they're listening right now. We're that big of a Star Wars podcast. We have every Star Wars fan listening. But yeah, again, I think they say it's going on pre-order today, so I don't know when it's actually supposed to release. But it looks very, very lifelike. It almost feels like a live action version of the Clone Wars Ahsoka.
Yeah. And I love just like those big pieces that they just make, with the little set pieces and all that. God, they're so cool.
Well, cool. That is that. Let's kind of move on here. So it looks like Bad Batch is going to have 16 episodes in its first season. So in an interview with CNET, Brad Rao, who directed the series, said that there will be 16 episodes. And he also weighed in on the possibility of a second season. He said, we have 16 episodes in season 1. We can't confirm any more than that, but we have high hopes. We love these characters, and we'd love to keep telling these stories. So it looks like we're getting 16 weeks of the Batch Report. So that'll be fun.
That's cool. Yeah, and maybe another season, maybe a second season of Batch Report.
What do you think? Do you first off, do you want a second season for Bad Batch so far from what we've seen?
I wouldn't mind it. I don't know what they'll do, but like I wouldn't mind it. That's cool.
Yeah, I think they need to give us a reason to want a second season first.
Yeah, they can't just
Because I think right now they're still waiting on a reaction, because he said in here that they still can't really weigh in on to whether there will be more than 16 episodes or not.
So early too.
Yeah, so I think that if the reception is good and people are really digging it and it gets a really high view count on Disney Plus, they're definitely probably going to renew it for a second season. But
most likely, yeah.
Yeah, right now, who knows? And how long, how deep into the timeline they're going to get with this show. And like,
right.
Are they going to kill off the Bad Batch at any point, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how. I've been thinking that too. Is what really kind of what will happen to the Bad Batch? Where will they go?
And Omega. Because
guess we got to watch to find out. You know.
Yeah, we'll have to watch. We already get the second episode on Friday. So if they kill off Omega, then there we go on the second episode.
Yeah, right. Be like, well, that was fast.
Yeah. Well, cool. What is our last story for this day?
So this was actually a very fun one. Disney Parks revealed their first video of the real lightsaber that will be coming to the Galactic Cruiser, will be coming to Disney Parks and their new Disney Star Wars hotel, the Galactic Cruiser Hotel. It's very short. It's not even, I wouldn't even say it's like a full minute. And it is the Disney Parks Rey actress spinning around, and she's holding I think she's just holding the Skywalker saber, and she ignites it, and from just the hilt, just the simple blade comes up, and it's a very bright like RGB blade that pops out, and it's this blue blade, and it extends all the way up, and then the video ends, and that was it. And it's very fluid. It doesn't look like it looks like it just kind of like, I don't know. It just kind of it pops right out of the hilt. Like it doesn't really.
Sounds like it's probably spring loaded.
Yeah, but it looks to be one blade. That was kind of my thing. Was like I need to look at it much obviously in person just to see what it is and how it works. But
because it's not like those old toys where like the blade is like tiered.
No, it looks like it's a single blade.
Yeah, so I don't know what magic they pulled to be able to get it to do that.
It's cool though. It's fluid. It's bright. I want to see what does it look like when you're swinging it around and hit stuff.
All I want to say is show it, retract, you cowards.
Yeah, go back in. Yeah. Show us the whole thing.
I don't want to be playing with my lightsaber and then have to push it back in with my hand.
You always got to do the samurai where like you're putting the sword away and you can like push it into your hand.
I remember one time I was doing that and it was like a pretty expensive light. It was like one of those like $40 like deluxe sabers from Target or Walmart. And I did that and the blade just bent on me. No. And it wouldn't go back in the tube thing. So like it was stuck with like a bendy little.
I can picture your face just being like,
oh no. Yeah.
That's funny.
But, what is your over under $200 for the price tag on this baby?
Probably if over 250, like it'll probably be around the 200.
Give me a number and we'll place bets, and whenever the price tag does come out, we'll see who won.
I'll put it at a 199. 190 price tag, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go 299.
299.
I think that they're going to charge the premium for because I think the ones at Disney right now are around the 199 price range.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is like,
I think they're going to charge a little bit of a premium for the spring-loaded retractable one.
I think the collectibles, that makes sense. I'll say 250 for mine. I'll say 250.
Oh, you're changing it because I reasoned you?
Yeah, you reasoned me, but like I'll still give you like some like leverage. Like you say 300, I say 250.
Do you think there'll ever be a time where we can custom build one of these? Like,
I also wonder if like all they showed us was just the Skywalker saber. Is that the only one they're going to sell?
Yeah, are we just
going to be? Is it going to be? Can I build my own with it? Oh, I wonder if that's an upcharge with like the build your own. It's like you can either build it with just the simple RGB, or you can add the attachment blade, and you can add the retractable blade.
Oh, the double retractable. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be rad.
That'd be sick. You could go Darth Maul.
Yeah.
I'm wondering because I had this thing. It was called Build Your Own Lightsaber, but it's from like 2005, 2006. And basically it was like a standard, just like plain tube. It had all the electronics and everything you needed inside of it, but you could put like these sleeves on that you could customize. It was like kind of like in Jedi Fallen Order, you can like do the button. You can have like a different switch. I remember those.
Like and they had like they were customizable. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You could put like a different base on. You could put like a different emitter. All that kind. I wonder if they'll do something like that for these, so they can make them customizable.
Well, that's essentially what the Build Your Own Lightsaber is already at Galaxy's Edge. Is that you go to Savvy's workshop and you gotta find it. It's like hidden, and you have to find someone handing out cards, and from this person you decide your preset, and the preset then you'll get a card, and that's where you get in line for. When you get in line, you then go to the hidden Savvy workshop and you build it. And
like too much work.
It's weird because like apparently Galaxy's Edge works all like you have to use your phone. Like there's like a whole guide of like how because everything's in Orabesh, so you can translate. Like you figure out where stuff is from that. That's how you get in queues for rides, and I think it's what kind of caters to like the I guess liveliness and like what's that word called whenever they try to kind of replicate authenticity, I guess. Like stormtroopers come in, like, what are you doing on that data pad? And you're
Show
like,
your identification.
Like, I don't know, like I'm just reading stuff. So it's also because it's supposed to be all very like genuine and authentic and very lived in. So and then when you get into Savvy's, they have your preset that you chose, and then each preset has two of each. 2 emitters, two barrels, 2 bottoms, and then you can build your saber off of that.
Interesting. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's crazy.
I'll just go buy a lightsaber retail.
It's a $200 experience, like it's.
Can you go in there, build a lightsaber and everything, and be like, nah, I don't want to buy it?
Be like $200. Be like, forget that. Like,
I actually did that. So I went to Universal in 2015. It was like August 2015. And I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
It's very much like the wand thing.
Yeah,
where it's
so what happened was, we went. So it was very early in the day, and we went in to Ollivander's, and you know how like you go in with a group, and like they choose like 2 people out of the group. Yeah. So we came back later in the day, like 4 or 5 o'clock. Park was getting slow. Me and my friend Steven, who was on our episode of Rogue One for Imperial Cantina, we walked in, and we were the only 2 in there for the Ollivander experience. And it was awesome because we basically got our wands chosen for us, but it was just literally us 2 with Ollivander. So it was like a real authentic Harry Potter experience.
It was like a real experience.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I hope...
you like, at the end, you like get it and be like, thanks, man. He's like, no problem.
No, like I had it. And once you walk out, they like beg you to buy it. They're like, please buy it.
Yeah, right. They're like, please.
And I was like, I'm too poor for that, man. So I just like put it back in the box and gave it to the guy.
Here you go, man.
But I hope that I plan on eventually going to Galaxy's Edge, but I hope I get a magical experience like that.
I am going this July. I will be officially going. We're going to Orlando the end of July.
Nice.
And we're going to Disney like one day. And I was like, we're going to Galaxy's Edge. I was like, I don't care what anyone else thinks. Like, I'm going to Star Wars World.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to at least spend a couple hours there, see what I can. I probably won't do anything big that's going to take my whole day. I'm going to at least try to ride the Falcon. That's my plan, is to ride the Falcon.
That'll take a whole day.
Yeah, right. And then because then I know I won't build my own lightsaber, so I think I'm gonna try and buy like a replica one, or I might just blow a bunch of money and just see what I can find, see what's there, see what's cool.
Yeah, I actually had plans to go. We were going to go to Universal and Disney this past August, and we planned all that when before the pandemic existed.
Yeah, well, that was this Orlando trip was supposed to happen last year, and then obviously the pandemic hit. So
we had an Airbnb booked and everything. Like we were ready to go, and unfortunately had to cancel. But I kind of want to talk about this Galactic Cruiser hotel thing that they
it looks cool.
announced.
I mean, so I've been aware. I know that I've known that this has kind of been worked on for about a year now. So it makes sense that they're starting to show some stuff. Did you see the stuff they announced, the lounge area with like the Disney cruises too? Those look really cool too.
I just put me in a Star Wars universe, man. That's all I want.
Well, it's so cool because like, so the idea, what they're doing with it is that the whole hotel is supposed to be like you're on a starship, you're on a cruiser, and it's all space themed. And then the hotel will have a shuttle that goes directly to Galaxy's Edge. And you've been to the Universal Harry Potter. Did you ride the train?
I did, yeah. So basically, there's you can get a pass though, because like the train takes you from Island of Adventure to Universal Studios, like back and forth, because it's kind of like how Disney has all their different parks.
What I'm asking is, did you ride the Hogwarts train?
Yeah. So the Hogwarts train is the one that takes you from Universal to Island of Adventure, because that's Hogsmeade was on a different park than Diagon Alley was.
Oh,
does that make any sense?
Yeah, I always thought okay. Anyway,
basically Universal Studios isn't like one big thing. They have Universal Studios.
It's like a U, isn't it? It's like a weird U.
Yeah, it's like, no, Island of Adventure is, so it's like they have the studios, which is like the big roller coasters and all that kind of stuff. And Island of Adventure is like they have, Hogsmeade, they have Cat in the Hat, they have like more of the kiddie kind of rides and stuff.
Right. I always forget how that park's laid out.
But anyway, that's how that is. Like that's the purpose of the ride.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so in like the Harry Potter ride, when you travel to Hogsmeade and Hogwarts and whatever and all that, or in Diagon Alley, the train is it's a ride.
It's like a show.
It's got like it's got like the screens and shit. That's what this shuttle from the hotel to the park will be, is that it is you taking a shuttle down to the planet of Batuu.
That is awesome.
And then you'll get off and you'll be there and you're like, oh wow, and then you'll turn around and like, oh, there's the hotel. I think the hotel, while it will be a building, I think they'll hide it, and what they'll show is essentially it'll be like in Universal Studios again when it's Jurassic Park. You know how you can see the building in the back and it looks massive, but it's not really. It's sound stages. I think they're gonna do that with this big cruiser in the back, and it's gonna be this giant spaceship in the air.
That'll be sick. I really hope like in the rooms and stuff, when you look out, it's space.
Yeah, I think so too. All the portholes are going to be just space visuals. That's going to be so cool.
Oh man, yeah. It makes me want to spend all my money.
That's supposed to be starting like 2022, so we'll be getting that within the next couple of years.
I'm sure that'll be like $1,500 a night.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It will not be a cheap experience, but I think it's one of those things that I would spend my money on like at least once in my life.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. But I think that's about it for this week. It's strange that we're having a slow news day on Star Wars Day.
Yeah, right. But
because
like
I've been waiting for stories to drop while we're recording, and nothing's dropping. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, a lot of cool stuff came out too. We got like obviously all the Disney Plus stuff, and did you see the new Boba Fett backpack that's coming out for May the 4th? A lot of companies are doing merch stuff for this. Let me pop this on Book of Boba Fett real quick. A new bag came out. Loungefly's new Boba Fett bag. Here, I'll show you this if you can see it.
Oh, cool.
And it's just this little...
A very nice $70 bag, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Well, cool. I'm kind of disappointed that they, there has not really been any significant announcements.
I think the big thing was supposed to be the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
and I think that's where they put kind of a lot of their energy into, was to watch Bad Batch.
Yeah, so I don't know. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of our news show. Jackson, where can they find you on the social medias?
You can find me on Twitter, as always, at QuacksandScaleen. That's QUACKSON, and scaling like the triangle. And my photography Instagram, at Deleen_photography. That's DALEEN_photography. Braydon, what about you?
And as always, you can find me on Instagram, at braydonleadbetter, on Twitter, at braydathlon. And if you want to find the podcast on the social medias, you can follow us on Instagram, at Through Imperialized Pod, Twitter, Imperialized Pod, and YouTube, Through Imperialized Podcast. Do I have to keep doing this the whole time? Okay, I will. Thank you. And if you want to, if you really need to help the show out, you can really go to our Apple Podcast and leave a review. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Leave a review. Leave a rating. Leave all that. Go to Spotify and follow us. Follow us over there. Yes, thank you. And it's like Jeff Goldblum almost.
You sound like the quick announcer voice at the end of like prescription commercials, and they're like, it's all the health hazards. Like, you can follow us on
the side effects of this podcast. No, but yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Again, do all of those things I said to do, and check out tomorrow.
Do all of those things I said to do.
Yes, do what I say. Check out tomorrow. We will be reviewing episode 2 of The Bad Batch, so check that out. And this weekend we have our last saga version of Imperial Cantina, so please check out for all those goodies that are coming out, because it'll be a busy week for us. But until then, and until our next news episode and all that kind of fun stuff, may the 4th be with you.